Welcome to Arvin and Megan Create.
Seven, that's great.
We're gonna go out in the garden before it gets too dark. Mona wanted to come, so we're gonna show you us putting
And
her
I
harness on, I
got
guess. And then we'll go into the garden after I get Mona all harnessed up.
I got cat tweets.
Yes, you want to go out, Mona?
Cat tweets.
Yes.
You get cat tweets if you're done. You get cat tweets if...
Like,
Yeah, film her.
oh, Jasper. She actually jumps down from the cat tree while she's napping when she hears the back door open and meows to come out.
Yeah, she loves coming out with us. She's like, I'm ready. Okay, let's go out.
Okay.
Oh, what's Molly gonna do?
Yeah, I told you can come out. You coming out too? I just have a bunch of leashes hooked up together and then we attach it. But she's just gonna hang out. I normally just kind of like hook it up here.
Alright. Where are we starting?
Maybe let's like start here and then we'll go into the front after.
Alright, so
Before it gets too dark. So
Go.
let's try to do like a quick little walkthrough. It's May 2nd on Vancouver Island. And I mean, our garden's started to come alive now for a few months. So I guess we will start over on this end. This is kind of the back garden. And I'm going to move from this side to that side over there. Over here we've got a gooseberry bush, and then I started some strawberries here last year. A few of them actually died, so hopefully we'll get some runners going here. And then we've got a raspberry we just planted last year, so it's just starting some of its shoots. And we'll get a few things off of that one, but these are the brand new shoots. And then right here we've got a goji berry bush. And this actually was in a container. We tried to container garden it. Didn't do too well. And we transplanted it last year. It's doing a lot better. So hopefully it perks up and actually produces some berries this year. So we propagated a bunch of gooseberries. And these are the gooseberries. And yeah, so these ones are these are
Gooseberries.
We've got a bunch of gooseberry bushes, so this will be nice. I don't know where we're going to grow them yet, but for now they are in fabric pots. These are just little fabric pots that we got online, and they work really well. And I guess you can pan over this way now. This is our new strawberry patch that we started.
Strawberry patch!
Yeah, it's a strawberry patch. That's your favorite, isn't it?
And this is my garden.
Okay, Jasper can show his garden next too.
And this is my carrots and strawberries and
What else?
something else he doesn't know. I think he means these, and they're like snapdragons or something.
No, these ones are sunflowers. Mini sunflowers that our friend gave us. So Jasper wanted the mini sunflowers in his garden. And then, yeah, some carrots and strawberries, like he said. I guess, yes.
Strawberry patch.
Yeah, this is the big strawberry patch. And actually, so like this big patch at the back is going to be our mushroom growing patch. So we're going to try mushrooms this year and try to inoculate the straw with some mushroom mycelium. We're thinking some oyster mushrooms back there because it's pretty cold and like wet and shaded. So I think it'll be a good place to grow mushrooms. Not much grows back there.
Do you want to explain why there's gaps in the strawberry patch? That we just filled in the path
Oh yeah,
and we took
I guess
out some
I could mention
perennials?
that. So yeah, we took out some plants. We decided we wanted this whole thing to be a patch. So we took out some of the other patch stuff, and we're just gonna spread the whole thing as strawberries this year. So we're gonna take the runners and we're just gonna plant them everywhere, and that'll be kind of fun. Yeah, I guess we have to go in here for this one. These big beautiful bushes that are blooming are called rhododendrons, right?
Rhododendrons, I think.
Rhododendrons.
Yeah.
And they're really pretty. They were already here when we bought the house, and we kept both of the bushes, one on either side of the mushroom patch here. And yeah, they're like in full bloom, and they're really pretty. And then beside, we've got some raspberries again. So we're trying to do a few different raspberry sections. Oh, thank you.
Nope, it's me.
Oh, it's
But
yeah, I'm
not
thinking
much
like
more.
I
You
might
have
want to do some
It's fine.
strawberries. I did leeks last year in front, and that was okay. The leeks turned out good. But I think maybe strawberries. I mean, we have a pretty big strawberry patch now, so
Okay.
I don't know. Let's move on to the greenhouse. So this
Well-
it used to be a greenhouse, and we don't have the cover for it anymore. We might buy another cover for it, but we don't really. Yeah, we don't really need the cover anymore because we're growing inside anyway. We've got like, some raspberry starts here. I've got these in here that we transplanted from our main raspberry bushes. And these ones, I don't know if we're going to plant them in our garden, but we either give them away to friends or we like sell them on garage sale sites. And then it gives other local people raspberries in their yard. And then yeah, just some rosemary over here. Yeah, these ones are little, what are these? Garlic chives.
Garlic chives, yeah.
Yeah, so we just have like a bunch. We try to like sell some of the things so then we can make a little extra money because we don't always have enough for like soil and stuff. So it just helps keep the garden going. Over here is, I guess, our fabric pot area. We had this as our winter garden. We kind of switch it out every year, but this year we did kale, which is all kind of bolting now. More kale here. I don't know what happened to our cauliflower, but it's like bolting over here. Mustard greens, more mustard greens, all the mustard greens. I think there's actually some bok choy there. We picked some of it. There's some over there. It's all bolting now. And over here, it's bolting because it's warm, which bolting just means flowering. There's lots of flowers, and we like to leave them for the bees. But you can also eat the flowers too, so we've been picking them off and like putting them in stir fries, and yeah, you can eat them like that.
Show them again.
Maybe they're not that tasty fresh.
I guess we could explain that these were some of the perennials that were in the strawberry patch before.
Oh yeah, okay. So this little, one sec. This little patch here was actually what was in the strawberry patch that we like relocated. So we had a catnip bush in there. We have cats, as you could see. Mona was in the video, and she really likes to come over and eat the catnip. And then right here we've got some garlic chives, and we actually tried growing what was it, ginger, and that failed. So maybe I'll put something else in it this year. Oh, and then what are these? Marigolds. These are marigold pots. They've reseeded, so they're just marigolds. There's actually what is it?
Morning glory.
Morning glory as well that sprouted up in there. So that's kind of little ones. And then here, we'll move over here. So this is the compost area, and there's just, it's kind of chaotic right now because it is spring and we're like spring cleaning and doing a lot of stuff.
It's a little out of focus, so whatever.
That's okay.
It's meant to go for people.
This is another area that we've been trying to work on over here. This little spot I'm thinking would be good for growing mushrooms again. So I think the mushroom patch over there, mushroom patch here, and then kind of coming over here. We've got more fabric pots without anything in them. And then this is actually in like full bloom right now. We've got blueberries. These ones are pink blueberries actually. And they are so happy. It's what, 6 years old, this plant now. So 6-year-old
the most fruit we'd ever
blueberry.
seen.
Yeah, it's doing really good. And I trimmed off all the lower branches this year. And we've got these garlic here that we planted, what was it, like November? October and November. We planted garlic in the fall. So then they would come up the next spring. So that's what they've been doing, is they've been growing all winter. It doesn't really snow that much here, so when it snowed I covered them with a tarp and it kept them like really warm, and they pretty much just kept growing throughout the winter. So we should have garlic in the next couple months, which is nice. So they're a nice spring garlic, and then we'll probably rotate and maybe put something else here. Sometimes I grow carrots here or onions. They grow really well with berry bushes. And then again over here, we've got raspberries again. Yeah, I think that's probably it for the backyard. So it was just a blueberry here. Yeah, let's go into the front before it gets too dark, I guess. Oh, I guess this is the potting station.
And this is where
Would you call it like a potting station, I guess? This is where we store all of our pots in the side yard, and then we have like this little shed that keeps all of our garden mulcher and all of our tools and stuff. We'll start on this patch in the front. Every garden that is in the front here is all new from last year. We decided to dig up all of our grass and plant this here. So Arvin will show you that there's nothing in here right now. There's absolutely nothing. Last year we tried to grow a few things, but the soil health is still kind of building. We've been adding compost and different sort of amendment. It'll get there. But that's the basis of this side right now. I think we're gonna grow sunflowers again. We did sunflowers against the fence. And then I want to put more perennials in because they're just easier to care for. Oh yeah, we have, I guess Arvin can show you the goji over here. This little guy here is,
you did talk about perennials.
yeah, a baby goji. So we started with this. I think there's some flowers and some cosmo bushes over here too that Arvin can show you.
I don't know if they can see cosmos. But there's these flowers. What are they? Gaillardias?
Gaillardias, yeah. And yeah, so this patch is a little bit empty right now, but we'll maybe do a summer tour so you can see that. It's getting a little dark, so I'll try to speed up. But this we installed last year. It's a trellising fence system, I guess, that we designed because there's a lot of deer in the area, but we also wanted to grow a lot of things vertically. So we're actually just growing, what is it? We planted a bunch of snap peas today, actually, into this front section here. So this whole section is going to be filled with 2 different varieties of snap peas. And then over here, I guess we can go inside now. Okay. We made a little gate. Come into our little gated community. We planted these tomatoes. So we set up this, the Florida weave system, I'm pretty sure it's called. And it's got these rebar stakes. So I used to work in concrete, actually, as a concrete stainer and artist. And so I was like, yeah, let's use rebar because rebar is strong. And so we got some rebar and the concrete mesh. Got an indeterminate variety of tomatoes, and we're going to put them on a single lead going up. So it's just going to have one stem going up. I'm going to cut off all the little suckers that come out, and we're just going to weave them in and out, and we're going to keep adding more string as they grow taller because they will grow all the way to the top. They get really, really big. There's tomatoes on this side and this side here. And I think we might add a few more of these stakes this year and put some more tomatoes here and then over there as well. We've got in this section here, you can actually see these are little asparagus ferns right now. It's a second year asparagus, and next year we actually can harvest, so that's nice. It'll be our 3rd year, but they're doing good. They all look really, really healthy. We've got a bunch in here, and my plan is to grow, we've got strawberries started over there, and I'm gonna intertwine because strawberries and asparagus are really good for companion planting. The strawberries will just kind of crawl around the bottoms, and they're really happy. We can go over here, I guess. We planted some more snap peas. This one's just a super sugar snap. And then I think we used a super sugar snap and a sugar daddy. I don't know, there's so many snap peas you can get. Just figure out which one's good for your area. But most snap peas are actually really good in like colder climates, which is nice if you live in Canada like we do. We planted right here today, actually. We moved all of the straw off of the sections we planted just until they grow up a little bit. But these ones, there's 2 rows of carrots here. So we've got some like baby carrots and I think kaleidoscope carrots, so different colored carrots. And then when they get bigger, we'll add more straw to the patch again. These ones are all perennial flowers. We decided to do perennial just because we didn't want to have to plant like annual flowers every year. It's just really time consuming to start flowers from seed inside, even though we do have the space to do it with like grow lights and stuff. I'd rather be starting like tomato plants and stuff for winter gardening instead. So we just decided to do perennials and bulbs there, which look nice, and the deer don't eat them, which we can't grow outside of this area because the deer just eat everything. We added this like bird netting, which is hard to see, but you can kind of see with my hand here. It didn't work very well. We're actually going to take these poles down and the bird netting, and we're going to put more of this trellising and rebar up and just kind of finish this section off with that, and then we'll grow stuff up it again and just probably do more like snap peas and pole beans. That's what we're going to do along like, what is it, the archway there. We're going to do pole beans along the archway. And we said more tomatoes here. Oh, I never planted that in. I was going to put a parsley plant in from the back. So parsley there. And I think the last thing that we didn't mention was the bleeding hearts over there. So we have, bleeding hearts is like one of my favorite plants. So we had to get a bleeding heart in here. And it does really well in like shaded areas. So this is a good section. And then right underneath this bush here, we're actually gonna plant some sort of mushroom variety here because it is pretty shaded. I'm thinking wine cap mushrooms would be really good, or like Nemiko mushrooms. They do really well in straw. So we'll see what we can get. There's a few people on the island that supply mushrooms, and we'll get some mushroom mycelium and play around with that this year. I've been kind of doing more research and reading some books on it, and it just seems like a really cool process. So I'm really interested to try mushrooms this year and just learn everything that I can. So we're gonna come through here, and this is the last section of the garden here near our front door. So we've got these straw bales from one of the local farm shops. And what I'm thinking is I see a lot of people cultivate mushrooms on straw bales. So I thought it would be really cool. Like you kind of just like divide the straw and like put your grain spawn or sawdust spawn inside of the straw bales. So I'm really interested in trying that as well. I just want to try mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, Nemiko, and I think it was wine cap are really easy to grow in straw. So I'm interested, and that's kind of what we're going to do with the straw bale here. I'm not sure if the deer will try to eat it, but maybe we'll cover it with like a little tarped area to keep it nice and keep the moisture in, so then it doesn't go dry, because it gets pretty dry here in the summers. So we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of the last final area of our garden tour. And maybe Arvin can turn the camera around, and you haven't seen Arvin the whole video, so we will do the outro together. Now you're seeing Arvin's face just at the end. I hope you guys liked the video, and let us know down below what you're growing in your garden this year. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Yep.
Yep. Bye.